Anna, amazing job at going over the platform. And the number one question that I get, guys, and I saw it in the chat actually as well. What really makes this platform any different than anything else that's out there? Whether you're, wanting to just follow maybe just one person and you're wanting to join their, platform or academy or whatever it is, or maybe you're looking at other companies that deal with trading and they teach trading and education, and you're just wondering like, what really makes this any different than anything else that's out there? Well, guys, there's a lot of different variables that go into these companies. And one of those variables is the people that are behind it. See, anybody can come up with a trading company, but can everybody give successful callouts? Can everyone give you the value of those trades? Can everybody handle the type of volume of people coming onto that platform? See, guys, those are the things that you might not see. Those are the things that you might not actually even understand right away. But long term, you're going to understand that you want to be a part of a platform that's ready for growth, that's ready for expansion. Because if you have the deal, if you have the right plan and the right vision, and you are actually going to expand worldwide, your company, your platform, your academy has to be able to handle that. Well, you guys can be safe to know that, hey, Josh has been doing this for 8 years. He owns all of the tech, all of the back office, all of the trading tools. He owns all of it, guys. He doesn't third party anything. He doesn't owe anyone any money, and he has no investors. He has nobody that he owes money or has debt to. So guys, you have the confidence to know that this is the real deal. Like, this is it. And he's made it simplified. See, most companies, guys, it's very difficult because they have about 10 different websites for every single little thing. And they have 10 different servers for those every single different websites. They'll have a live session website. They'll have a back office. They'll have an app for trade callouts. They'll have all of these different things. And guess what? That's confusing to the average brand new person. You have to really gear this towards the person that made that leap, that person just like yourself that made that leap to want to learn how to trade, that wants to learn to leverage their money in the markets and is scared. The person that joins and spends their money to join something like this, they're scared. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to even begin. So we have to make it simple for everyone. And how do you make that? How do you make something simple? Well, you make it convenient. And I can tell you this, Akashx is very convenient because it's all located in one website. Everything that you would ever need is in one website. And guess what, guys? The app is done. There's actually going to be an app that can go on your phone that's also going to have everything in one app, guys. So it's very easy to onboard people. It's very easy to tell your friends, your network, your family, and say, hey, I'm a part of the fastest growing crypto trading Forex company in the planet. And they've made it simple for everyone. They've made it easy, mom. They've made it easy, dad. You know what, mom, dad, you don't understand what's going on. Hey, hop on a live session. Come on a live stream with me and actually see what it looks like. How easy was it today, guys, for you to be able to see an inside look of the entire company? Most companies will only show you a PDF. Most people will only show you what they want to show you. See, we opened up the book. We showed you everything. We showed you the back office. We showed you the trading tools. We showed you all of our live sessions. We showed you the entire platform because we know that the person that's on this call for the very first time, that's what they need to see. They need to see, can I do this? Can I actually learn something here? And is it worth it? Well, let me ask you something. Is there anywhere in this world that you can spend a couple $100s, guys, and have that type of skill set? That you can obtain this type of skill set anywhere in the world, guys? We're talking about $149 to get started, or $14.99 for an entire year. You could make the commitment today and be here for 12 months for $14.99. There's nothing else out there at that price range, guys. Usually it's, hey, pay this and then add on this and then add on that. And then, hey, if we add on something new, then you're going to have to pay for that too. See, here it's just, hey, this is one price and that's all it's going to be. Very simple, very easy, very, very straightforward, guys. And we haven't even talked about the expansion of the other brands. This is just one vertical within this company. But guys, I'm excited. I've been in the industry now for 10 years. And this is my home. I'm planting my flag. I know this is Anna's home as well. We wanted to give you guys, a look at what a live session would look like. We want to actually give you guys some sauce. We actually want to see if there's any trade opportunities out there. We know it's Martin Luther King Day. The market might be moving a little bit slow. She might not be able to call out an actual trade, but most likely I will be able to because I trade binary options. But guys, I'm super excited. I'm super excited about everything that we have going on here. I'm going to open this up for a little bit of a podcast style with Anna. I want to ask her a few questions. She can ask me a few questions. And then we'll kind of jump right into it. I'll let her kind of show you guys her strategy a little bit. I'll let her kind of look at the market, and we'll have some fun here, guys. But if you are excited about what we have, guys, go ahead, drop some hearts in the chat real quick, guys. If you are excited for what we have here with Akashx, go ahead, drop some hearts in the chat. I want to see who in the chat right now is blown away, that just saw everything and is like, this is it. This is home. I love this. This is exactly what I wanted. Let's see some hearts in the chat real quick, guys. Let's go. Some people probably might not know how to throw hearts in the chat, but it's all good. But Anna, I have a question for you real quick. How long have you actually been trading so far?
So I've been trading for, I mean, it's going to be 3 solid years, I believe in May. It's going to be 3 solid years trading. In terms of profitability, I mean, it took me a whole year to actually see consistent profitable results, and a short scale. And then as I went, obviously they started growing, and the law of, the compound effect started to kick in, and then obviously things started to like really, take a toll and really go big. But I mean, yeah, that's why I always tell people, you got to give yourself at least, 18 months, to see massive success, a year and a half or more, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Well, when you first got started, what was that one hurdle or that one wall that you hit that, you could let a brand new person know that now, so then they don't hit that same exact wall? Like, what was that wall for you?
Honestly, several ones. First and foremost, had a little bit of ego because I thought I could figure it out on my own. And, I thought I didn't need all the education in the world, but, it came to a point where I said, I really do need it. I need to be a student to the game. And that's why I decided that day that I realized that, which wasn't really far from the day I started. So it was good, right? I didn't really lose that much time. From that point on, I've lived with the value of I am going to be the best student in the game. I mean, and that's why I've had, good results because of that mindset. And the second hurdle would be my mindset. I had a horrible mindset. I was, always thinking like the trade was going to go bad, or I was literally trading as a casino where I was putting money just to flip it and just to see quick money in return. And it came a point where, Anthony told me, if you continue this, you're not going to go anywhere. I mean, you need to work on it. You need to work on your mindset. It's not just about the money. The money will come as a result of your growth internally and how well you get to manage your emotions in the market. And it came a point in time where I said, you know what, I either invest in myself, I invest in me, or I don't know what's going to happen. So I started to do that. I have the books, I have the books, I have the audios, I've read everything, literally, this is in my office right now. And it's just a matter of continuing and continuing. Right now, I'm reading Jenna's book, right? Our CMO's book that she personally wrote. So that right there was working on my mindset and definitely, working on that personal development in my mindset.
So let's just say someone on this call gets started and they're like, hey, I want to follow Anna. What is like a realistic expectation if they go through your academy, if they actually listen to what you say through your academy, understand to a point your strategy well enough to get on your live sessions, follow you on your live sessions? Let's say they start with, $500 to $1,000 in their account. What would be like their year goal? Like, what is a realistic expectation that they would really get while following you? And like, what would you say to that person that they made the decision tonight?
Oh, wow. I mean, I think that's one of my favorite questions, because I always tell this to, individuals that I speak to, you need to set realistic expectations for your journey. I mean, if you start and you think, oh, I'm going to make 1 million in my first year, I don't mean to shut down your goals, because you can get to 1 million, but you can't say that in your first year, because I mean, it's just, it's an unrealistic goal. You know, you can go do it, but it's unrealistic depending on obviously the type of strategy you're utilizing and the type of obviously, you know, percentage in return that you want to see in your account that's like growing healthy. You're not over risking, over leveraging, over trading, etc. And you know, something that really helped me shift my mindset on that, and I tell this to everybody that I speak to once they are ready to get started, is multimillionaires trade millions of dollars in the market, and maybe are owners of hedge funds, and they're literally trading. I'm talking about a lot of money. They go for 3 to 4% a month, and we're trying to go for that a day. So sometimes when we don't even make 3 to 4% a day, or whenever we don't even make 10% a day, we're going crazy. We're going, this doesn't work. This is not for me. I'm not making 10% a day. It's because you're setting an unrealistic goal.
Yeah.
And guys, if people that are multimillionaires are doing 3 to 4% a month, why would we even expect to make 10% a day? So when I tell people, you know, with my strategy, you can get to learn my strategy in a time span of 60 days. It's super easy, super simple. You can master it before. I've had students in one of my students, and this is a risk system, right? Past performance don't guarantee future results. But one of my main students, his name is Rudy, right? He started with me in the beginning of December. And right now he's been able to master my strategy where every single day he sends me a message. I tried your strategy with Euro USD. I tried it with USD MMX. I tried it with gold. I'm making 2,000 every day. Because that's him, that's his capital. And he has had 4 years of experience in the market. And until he found my strategy, he wasn't able to be successful consistently. So he found my strategy and now he's consistently profitable. But that depends on your type of capital, guys. I mean, if you're starting an account with $500, you shouldn't even be thinking of doing 5% a day. I mean, that's a lot, right? Like, guys, in and out of the market, literally compounding your account gives you steady growth and healthy growth. I mean, you want healthy growth in your account, right? You want to make long profitable results, right? And that's going to take you getting extremely disciplined and following your trading plan to whereas you can see an extra 250, 150 a month, right? Starting off. But you can expect to have a $500 account and make $500 in your first month. That's what I always give to people, that expectation, because you can do it, but it doesn't mean that's the realistic way to do things, you know? So that would be my answer to that, because I always talk about that when brand new people start.
Yeah, I love that answer. That was absolutely spot on. And before we jump into like your strategy, and if you want to kind of show these guys what your live session looks like, what was your results last week? I know you crushed it. And for these guys, so they know, how did you do last week?
Honestly, I even want to talk a little bit about my movements last week, but I'm gonna show my results, guys. This was last week. Like I said, past performance don't guarantee future results, right? But so you kind of understand, because I know we have some binary option trader here, and we have some, Forex MT4 traders. Guys, right here, last week, I was able to collect 1,363 pips with 5 positions. We had 6 wins because we replayed the same position twice, right? So we got literally just 5 entries in the market that week. We didn't look for 20, we didn't look for 30, we didn't look for 15. We looked for 5 good quality. I'm the type of trader where I go for quality over quantity. Okay, I'm gonna help you go in the market, make a 150 to 300 pips a day and be out, right? And if you would be simplifying this on lot sizes, right? 0.01, you would have made an extra $136 on that week. If you took every single trade and you follow all obviously proper risk and your trading plan, right? You utilize 0.10, this would be an extra $1,363 that you caught last week, right? Same thing. And a standard, right? Depending on what broker you utilize, guys, 13,630 pips. I mean, it's insane. I mean, the results are steady. The results are consistently. My strategy, guys, and I say this very humbly, but I'm going to show you guys. I have students that if you're here, I want to see those money signs in the chat if you've seen that consistent profitability with my strategy, guys, because the accuracy, it's about 90 to 93%. No joke. You guys are going to be able to get to see it, to learn it. It's simple. It's adjustable. I mean, I like to keep things simple, and I learned that from my mentor, MT, because, for example, when I started trading, I started with binary. And he's one of the main people that taught me how to trade. So I learned that from him. I learned that simplicity is better than anything, right? So these were the results for last week, and we're coming in strong for next week as well. So I hope you
So
guys
real quick,
are
and
here.
if you could, someone asked, like, they're brand new, they don't understand what a pip is. So if they were to catch 1,263 pips, and let's say they had $1,000 in their account and they were risking like a 0.1, so they're doing 0.1 per basically pip, how much would have that person made last week?
0.10, right, per pip.
Yeah.
In a one in the same pip that I caught, like all the pips.
Yeah.
It's 1,000. It's 1,600. I mean, how much was it? 1,363.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
guys, the way you can think about it is, you can leverage 10 cents per pip, you can risk $1 per pip, you can risk $10 per pip. It's all really dependent on your account. Like, it really depends on how much money you have in your account. It's way different than binary, where you're actually, risking a specific amount of money per opportunity. With Forex and with indices and with trading with Anna, it's more of, you want to risk, on $1,000 account, most likely you're going to risk probably 10 cents, maybe $1 per pip, really depending on what your risk management level is. But yeah, so if you would have did, a 0.1, you would have made over $1,200 the last week on $1,000 account, which is, insane. I mean, that's absolutely insane. That's over 100% gain in 1 week. Obviously maybe your risk tolerance is a lot less and you're doing a 0.01 and you only would have made maybe $123 last week on $1,000 account. That's still 10% growth in 1 week. So, see 20, 30, 40, 50% sometimes for a lot of people. It's very viable, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to understand what you're actually doing in that world. And that's where, for me personally, I gear my education towards binary options because it's a great introduction. It's a great way to kind of understand what the market's trying to do. You can read the market a little bit differently, and you're really only risking per move. You're only risking a certain amount of money per opportunity that you see in the market. Now, once you learn that, it's very easy, though, to transition to what Anna's doing. But she also breaks it down in such an easy, simplified way, guys, where you're going to jump in and you're going to understand it right away. But we have really the best of both worlds. We have something very simple for the average person, but we also have something that's a little bit more complex, but it's also still very simple the way that she teaches it. So the person that asked, like, what really makes this company any different than anything that's out there? Again, it's the people behind it, guys. See, a trading company is all about who's actually teaching you, who's actually giving you those trade callouts. That's where the magic is. And that's why some people feel like, oh man, these trading companies, they're nothing. I didn't make any money. Well, it's nothing against the company. It's the people that are teaching at that company. It's not even the company, guys. It's the people that they have teaching you. So at the end of the day, that's what differentiates all of us. That's what makes us all different. Now, obviously, I'm biased. I feel like we have some of the best educators in the entire industry. But someone might say this complete opposite. Someone might say that they have the best, but we let our results, we let our sessions, we let our history do the talking for us. We'll never down anybody else that's out there, but we will always share our results, and we'll always be transparent with every single one of you guys when it comes to those results. So Anna, if you want to just quickly, let these guys see what a live session looks like for you, and then I'll go right after you.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I'll make it not long at all. I want to make sure that you guys understand. If you guys want to take some take out your notebooks and take some notes, I highly suggest you guys do, because I'm going to go over this with you guys. I want to make sure that you guys understand. If you're brand new, it doesn't matter. I'm going to teach you something very simple that is going to literally give you like a hack on how you see this. Because right now this might be like a SAT graph that you probably fail in high school, but it's super simple to break down, guys. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So make sure to take notes. And I'm going to start off by talking about what's my specialty, right? My specialty is the index market, especially the S&P 500. This is like my baby, my soulmate. This pair, I fell in love with it about a year ago. I have not traded anything else outside of S&P 500. I know how to trade NAS, US 30, GBP, JPY, gold, Euro USD. I know how to trade all of that, but there's something just so special about this pair where it's like the perfect media, like it's like the medium point between Forex, then gold, and then indices. I can't seem to explain, but just like really with my strategy, how well it moves is just truly amazing. And I just, love to get to show this to people, because, the whole purpose behind this is for you to master this to a level, like I said at the beginning, where you don't need me, right? You can go ahead and do your analysis, do your markup, and you come to my sessions to keep growing, to keep being a student, to literally mastering and perfecting your craft, guys, because you gotta constantly be learning as you go in this journey. No matter where you are, no matter how much success you've achieved, you always want to remain a student, right? So right here, guys, I'm going to put this to the left. I'm going to go ahead and put back to the basics. I always like to call this, the sessions that I go over a little bit of everything, back to the basics, because, for example, guys, it doesn't matter if you're brand new, you still have to go back to the basics, right? And why the basics are so important in the market, because it's, for example, if you want a good, foundation, if you want a solid skyscraper, right? And you don't want that skyscraper to fall down because a hurricane came or something natural happened. You don't want that to fall down. You need a solid foundation, right? And that solid foundation is the exact same thing with the basics. You need a foundation to have good success, because here's the thing. I've noticed that people that don't actually per se give attention to the basic, when they get to the intermediate and advanced level, they hit a wall, they hit a lid. And the reason why they hit a lid is because they didn't master the foundation, right? So we're going to talk about a little bit of the foundation of the markets, a little bit of market structure, a little bit about, how I see the market. And guys, 3 simple questions that even if you're brand new or you're an experienced trader, it doesn't matter. You still need to make them for yourself. Is number 1, what are you looking for? What are you looking at? My bad. And guys, I've repeated this a couple times, and the reason why is because I believe success is through the art of auto-suggestion. You need to constantly keep listening to the same information for it to actually stick to your subconscious and then become something conscious in your mind. The reason why I say that is because, for example, there's going to come a point in time where you already know on a subconscious level how to answer that question. Right now, maybe you're brand new and you don't even know how to answer it. Or maybe you don't even know about Forex or indices or any of that sort, but it's going to come a point in time where you actually are going to get to answer that question already in your mind, right? So how do you get to see the trading schedule? So you can actually go to the user Akashx.com back office, and you're going to be able to see it right there throughout the back office of Akashx. So number 2 is, what are you looking for? Guys, I highly believe that in order to be able to properly do something, you must first understand how to understand it. If you don't understand what you're doing or what you're trading or what you're looking at, you're not going to operate well. Okay, so what are you looking for? And number 3, how can I position myself in the market to profit? Okay, those are the 3 questions that you want to ask yourself. Okay, and guys, let me just show you guys something very quickly, very simple. Right now, we're looking at the S&P 500, like I said. And guys, maybe you don't know what this is. This is literally the top 500 companies from the stock market, literally in just one place. And we're trading the daily value of it, right? We're selling it, we're buying it day in, day out. This is not long-term trading like in the regular stock market, where you can actually buy a stock on the S&P 500, like already 1 share, and then you hold it and then you get coming out. Here is different. You're literally day trading this right here, okay? And next thing is, okay, we already know we're looking at the S&P 500, but wait, what do we have here, right? Let's say that you're brand new and you didn't even know what you're looking at. You're looking at a bunch of candles, some black, some purple over here. Some are going down, some are going up, but that's good. That's stuff that you need to identify, because that's going to help you to what we're going to answer next, which is what are you looking for, okay? So we're looking at, all these candles that are going down. We're looking at these candles that are going up. And guys, these candles that are purple are called bullish candles. And these are candles that are bearish because they're going down. That's another thing that we are looking at, right? Now, what's another thing that we're looking at? Okay, I want to identify the direction, right? What's the trend? What's the where's the market headed right now? Like, what is it doing, right? What are the three different directions the market takes, okay? Because guys, for here, let me just show you guys really quickly this. Right? There's three different directions. Number one, the direction, obviously uptrend, we have the downtrend, and we have the sideways movement, right? These three movements are important to be able to identify the trend of the market. And I'm going to go ahead and go over to the daily really quickly. Another thing that you guys need to understand as well as, you know, as you're answering all these questions is the different time frames. You see how there's a big difference from a smaller time frame to a daily time frame. Like when you go to a daily time frame, guys, the structure compresses. When you go to smaller time frame, the structure expands, right? So it's important that you know that. So in order for this to make sense to you, okay? So right here, if I were to be seeing this market from, you know, a swing high to a swing low, right, which is, this is the highest point the market went to, and then this is the lowest point the market went to. Right now, this right here would be considered, right, a downtrend, right? Because you can see the market going down. Now, just because it's on a downtrend doesn't mean that you can't buy. No. You can buy when a market is going down, but you need to know what's the overall trend. You need to know what's the move in the market, right? Because if I go to smaller time frames, for example, let's go to the 1 hour. Look at this. This is completely different. On a higher time frame, it looks bearish. But now when I go to the 1 hour, I can actually get to see, look, I'm making this myself. You can see this for yourself. Look. Okay, so now I'm seeing the market from here, from this point to this point go down. And I'm going to put this red as in going down, right? We have the second direction here in the market where we see market going up. Right, and let's put this blue. And then we see market here, right? Consolidating, right? Moving sideways. So we're going to put this, it's going to be sideways. We're going to put here downtrend. We're going to put here uptrend. So that's another thing that we add to what are we looking at, guys? We need to know all this information. And the reason why we need to know all this information, let me just tell you why, right? You need to make sure, okay, that you are the best lawyer when it comes down to you. Like, I like to tell this example because even though it's funny, right? Let me just make it make sense to you. So for example, if I have any lawyers here on the call, you know that when you got to go, you know, defend a case, right, of your client, you need to go get the evidence of facts, the substantial evidence that can defend your case and make you win, right? Same thing here. You need to go out there and you need to look for the data. You need to look for the facts. You need to go look for the evidence that's going to sustain what you're saying. You can't go and buy in the market based on your feelings, on your emotions, on what you think is going to happen, on your predictions. No. You got to be very strategical when you go in the market. And I need you to write that down. Because 97% of people lose in the market because this is a market designed to make you lose. So if this is a market designed to make you lose, what does it make you think that you have to be strategical? Of course you have to be strategical because you don't want to lose. I mean, nobody likes losing, but losing is part of the game. Losing literally shapes your character and shapes your emotional intelligence. Like, it helps you grow. But at some point, somehow, you need to understand that you're going against a market that wants you to lose. This market doesn't care about your feelings. The market doesn't care about if you have your last dollar on the trading account. And guys, the reason why I'm telling you this like this is because this right here was the biggest thing that was like, it was another hurdle. It was another challenge for me. This was something that I kept hitting and I kept hitting and I kept hitting, like, oh, the market is taking my money. So I got tired for the market to take my money. So I started to take money from the market. And that's when I started to think from a bigger perspective. I moved from a retail mindset to a smart money concept mindset. But now I don't treat this concepts. I treat the mindset. It's a big difference, okay? But at the end of the day, it's very similar, guys. It's super, super easy to understand. And let me just show you guys a quick tip that I love to do, right? So every single Sunday, right before the week starts, I always check the monthly time frame. Now you can do this for any pair, guys, right? Like, doesn't have to be indices necessarily. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this. We'll remove all of these pictures right here. I'm gonna remove drawings, right? I always check the monthly time frame, guys, because here's the thing, right? You might think that this looks like a small candle, guys, but in fact, this is 1 month of volume in the market right here. All of this, right? It's literally identifying 1 month of volume and movement in the market, right? So one for me, right, the monthly time frame is one of the most powerful time frames because it can get to tell me so much in this candles, in just one candle, right? So I'm going to go ahead and identify my walls in the market. You see, the next thing that you want to identify is what are you looking for? So now I moved from what am I looking at? I know what I'm looking at. I know that I'm looking at structure. I know that I'm looking at candles, bullish and bearish. I know that I'm looking at the 3 different directions. I have identified the trend, right? I know we're in a bearish on a bigger time frame, but we're in a bullish or we're in a sideways movement on a smaller time frame. Those are the things that you want to write down, but then it's going to become a memory for you, right? So now we're going to identify what are you looking for? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my whole research. So now the story keeps expanding. So I got to put the puzzle pieces together, right? This is what you got to do now. And you go to the monthly time frame, you're going to be able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, all right? So for example, we have the resistance area here, right, for S&P 500. And why is this a resistance? You see, this is a wall in the market, right? And this wall, if you notice, the reason why it's a wall is because market hasn't been able to do this. You haven't seen a candle, one of these candles, break this position, this level right here. What has it done? Every single time market came to this level, guys, this is not me making it up. You can see it for yourself. Every time market came to this level, it sold. It rejected. It created a wall. It wasn't able to break through that. It kept rejecting. All right, so I know I only have a wall, which is my resistance. So I'm going to change this into a resistance, which is AKA your roof in the market, right? Because it's on the top. I also have something that I like to call, and I'm going to teach you guys this on my sessions, and you're going to become a sniper with this, right? Something that's called a selling power zone. Okay, so what does that mean? I have certain rules, guys, and I'm not going to dive into that today because we can be here like a whole lot other, and we want to live trade with Matthew, okay? But right, the reason why I call this a selling power zone is because if you notice, like I said, every time it touched that area, it sold on the monthly time frame. So on a higher time frame, it did this. So imagine what happened on a smaller. I'm gonna show you now. And it wasn't only 1 or 2 or 3. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until current literally market price, which we have 8 months of consecutive rejection of that level. I mean, that has to count for something. That has to mean something. That has to give you like a ring. This is important. This is an important zone on the monthly time frame, right? And guys, this is data that you're collecting. This is literally data. Then afterwards, guys, we want to obviously always identify as well our floor right here, right? We have here a support level. I'm going to use my text, and then I'm going to show you guys something else, and we're going to be done. We got our support level right here on the monthly, right? Same thing. We don't see market breaking through that level. It's created a wall, right? We don't see market breaking through, right? We see market being capped, being literally held on that wall, okay? So this created a range here, but also if you notice, not only do we have a selling power zone here, we have a buying power zone here. All right. And guys, this is literally like, if you're one of my students and you're here on this session, which you are probably, can you let me know in the chat if you love the buying and selling power zones? Because guys, you become a sniper. I'm not kidding. You literally become a sniper because of just knowing this. It doesn't mean that you apply it daily, but just because you memorize the structure with the zones on the monthly and other time frames, you literally become a beast. Like you become a machine. right? I see Elizabeth said, yes, I love the Asian highs and Asian lows. I love that. We're gonna go that in just a bit. So guys, right here, I already did something that's called, I trapped my price on the monthly time frame. So I love to trap price, and I love to take price from zone to zone, right? That's how I love to trade, okay? And from here, I always check the weekly, just in case for anything that we need to know, right? Obviously, right now we see market, this was like the highest point the market went to on the weekly time frame. And right now, this is our current candle of this week. And you can see how it's been rejecting of that position too, of that level, right? Of that zone. So it hasn't broke through. It hasn't bought from there. It's still like beneath that level, okay? So right here, we want to stay on a lookout for that area. I mean, if you guys want to take this with this areas that I'm giving you and then put it on your trading account, this is the best. Sniper with Anna every day. You know it. You know it. So now, guys, from here, we're going to go ahead and go to the daily. I love the daily time frame because it really gives me more information that I need. You see, the weekly, I use it for fake outs, for probes in the market, which if you don't know what that is, guys, it's simple. It's the area in the market where I'm getting faked out. These are the zones where everybody, you know, that went in got faked out. For example, this is considered a probe here. Okay, because guys, right here, we can see this is seller's territory, right? All of this. We see market buying to this area, to obviously my selling power zone, right? And we see how market broke through the wall, right? My wall. It closed above, but then it couldn't hold it. So because it couldn't hold it, buyers got taken out and sellers dominated this, and obviously market came back down to, you know, lower lows. Okay, if this is making sense and you're enjoying this, guys, I mean, I'm going a little bit fast, but I want to make sure we get to trade with MT very soon. So obviously don't get out of the call. We're going to be doing live trading in just a bit, but I want to make sure that you're enjoying, that you're understanding. If you have questions, you can put them on the chat as well, and let me know 100%. Okay, but going back to the daily, guys, the daily, I like to utilize them just for some simple stuff, right? For example, every time I'm taking, you know, a trade, I like to identify my positions, my take profit positions with the daily. For example, you know, I like to look for areas in the market where I see, you know, marketing balances, not to get into a trade. I don't utilize marketing balances to get into a trade. I get marketing balances to just use it as take profits, to use it as we're in this positions, I'm going to take my money. You get what I'm saying? But not to make an analysis or not to go based on of marketing balance, okay? Which is really just, you know, a candle with a lot of, you know, volatility in the market. That's why they look like this, right? So that's why I utilize the marketing balances in the market, guys. And again, I like to see the daily, right? The highest or the most recent high on the daily. We see that this position here, this level, same thing, is the most recent high on the daily for 2 days consecutively. So whenever this thing decides to buy from here, we're going to catch that buy. Right now, it's still not ready to buy, but it will be very soon if it obviously gives us all the confirmations and all the, it all aligns perfectly together for us, okay? So from here, guys, obviously we're seeing the rejection based on the daily. So from here, guys, two things can happen, or market can reject to sell, right? Or market can break above this position, retest, and continue to obviously, you know, higher levels. It really just depends on what the market is going to give us, right? We've seen a lot of manipulation, guys, in the market recently, to be honest. You know, last week it was huge manipulation. The obviously past year as well. Like, I mean, we are in a recession. They just don't want us to think we are in a recession. You know what I want to say? So they want to think that we're good, that there's nothing going on, but there is. So guys, from here, I do my daily, you know, analysis based on the 4 hour. So like I said, I utilize the monthly, weekly, daily to gather my data, to gather my evidence, to have everything that I need. So when I go to my 4 hour time frame, I'm able to do my analysis correctly. And now this is going to be obviously, you know, a secret to my sauce. If you want to learn more of my strategy on Asian high and Asian low, you need to get started today, right? And I'm starting a boot camp next week, right? So it's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it out. But guys, on the 4-hour, what I do daily is I utilize this indicator right here, okay? That's called sessions indicator. And it's the only indicator I use. I don't at all, right? Utilize any other indicator, but that's because of my style of trading, right? If I were trading binary, I need to use indicators because obviously of the difference of time-based trading that it is, okay? But with my strategy, I don't. This is the only one I utilize. And what I do, guys, super simple. I mean, this is like super simple. And let me look for an example here. I go to the 4-hour, okay? And what I do is I mark up, okay, the high and the low, right, of the Asian session. So right here, my purple, right, color, my purple color, it's identifying the Asian session, okay? So every single morning when I wake up, right, I wake up super early, I go ahead and I check how the session closed, right, on a high level and a low level, how high the market went on that session of Asian and how low the market went. So that's why I call this my Asian high, which is AH, right here, and my Asian low. Simple. And guys, I execute on the 15-minute time frame. I don't utilize any other time frame. I mark up on the 4 and I go execute on the 15-minute. Look at this trade right here, guys. Simple. Look at how easy. Right here, obviously we had 2 different occasions where market tried to fake us out, but this is why I teach you how to dominate, right, the probes, the fake outs. So you wait for proper activation to get in. And guys, we got into this trade, right? This was on literally Wednesday of last week. We had a phenomenal trade. We actually caught this trade, right? My students and I. And we wrote it to about it was this level right here. We wrote it about to here. Let me take we wrote it to 39.85, I remember. And guys, 3 confirmations, simple. Look, and with this, I'm done. Number 1, I always look for my break of structure. We have this candle breaking my structure, right? This candle, this purple candle right here. We got the BOS, we got the break of structure here. Number 2, and I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this a little smaller. Right? We got the break of structure here, BOS, right? Number 2, we got over here, let me see if I can change it a little bit like this. We got the close of candle, and we're on the 15-minute time frame, okay? Which that's the time frame we utilize. And then we have something that's very important, that's called the retest. Okay, guys, whenever there's a breakout, whenever there's a breach of an area of a wall in the market, whether there's a resistance or a support, there's a 95% it's going to get retest. Either at the moment of the close or after the move happens, it's going to come retest back the zone. Like, for example, if you notice here, market activated my buy. We literally did about, on just this setup, we did about 536 pips on just this setup alone, guys. If you make that right there in just a time span of a couple hours, like 6 hours, because I do intraday, you're done for the week. Guys, you're seeing it here. You're seeing 53.6 points. It's 536 pips. Listen, people lie, women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. Okay, and the students that are in the session, you guys took this trade. You guys know what I'm talking about. And guys, look, even here, this was a day of pure news, literally a pure news, huge manipulation. And even with the manipulation, look at where this candle came all the way down to, almost about to hit to retest the break of this structure right here. So guys, this thing is powerful. Like, honestly, if you're ready to start, like, you need to lock in your position today, because I'm telling you right now, next week I'm starting a boot camp. You don't want to miss it out. You want to be a part of this, you want to master Asian high, Asian lows. The testimonies, guys, that I have in my organization, in my students, It's truly something that inspires me to wake up every day. I'm not gonna lie. So I am grateful for the opportunity to mentor you, to coach you, to have you on my sessions. Can't wait for you to be a part of it. And with that being said, I'm gonna pass it over to the one and only, right, Mr. Matthew Thayer. I'm ready to, take some live trades with you. Haven't traded binary in a minute, but I'm ready and excited to do so. So